Hello and welcome to Slade on Slade. This is my beautiful wife Leslie. I am my beautiful self Keith. And today's topic is going to be
show versus telling a story.
But before we get into that, got to put a plug in for my book, The House of Ribbons. We are in the absolute final stages of editing right now. I'm about to give the last stage of edits off to the editor, and then we are transferred into the publication department.
Yeah.
We just finished writing the acknowledgement page. You might have been acknowledged.
So today we're going to do a showing a scene instead of telling a scene. So showing is when you're using description and action words to help the reader experience the story, where telling is more of when an author summarizes or uses exposition to simply tell the reader what is going on. So it's pretty much a fact-telling thing.
So what I was doing is showing the viewer how I was adjusting this glorious, whatever you call this.
Yes. So the first one I'm going to do is a telling scene, and then we're going to go in and show you how to do it into a show scene. So it says, John was sad to see his girlfriend leave. So now you want to make it so it's more of a show, not tell. So to show, you want to do, John wiped his tears down his face as he watched his girlfriend board the plane.
The scene brings no emotion to it whatsoever.
No emotion
I'm
at
like,
all.
see ya!
So,
dating your sister.
with that...
What makes it weird when she doesn't have a sister and you're dating the sister, then you're like, who am I dating?
So with that being said, you want to use lots of description words when you write. Correct?
He was choked up in a manner in which confused him. These emotions, I fucked it up. These emotions confounded him. He wasn't aware that he was so mentally and physically attached to her. And as she left, the last thing he saw is the dust kicked up by her footprints. Would she come back? Who knows? She went for milk, but she might never come back again.
Okay,
She
so...
didn't leave for milk, she left your ass!
So what we're talking about when we talk about this is we're talking more about showing the emotions that they have through physical activity.
Gut-wrenching emotions.
Yes. But you also don't want to make sure that you're not getting in it.
Over-dramatizing it. Ah, don't leave me. I can't live without you. Ah, please. Ah.
So now we're going to give you the 4 great strategies to show instead of tell.
And we live in Missouri, and this is the show me state. I'm not originally from Missouri. My wife has always been from Missouri.
Yes.
But I welcome everybody and anybody to show me. Show me the money.
So the first one would be what?
Oh, as she sauntered out of the room.
You want to use...
clanging of the glasses from the other room indicated Marcia might not have been happy with Marshall's comment. Then a plate broke. Marshall then knew he was in trouble.
You're really getting off topic now.
Yeah, I'm super off topic.
So
and I'm sweaty today. Because
you want to use strong verbs, which that means your gallop, your skip.
Stride.
Walk.
She took an amazing stride as she bolted from the room.
Yes.
She knew that the date was over because she threw up on him.
So you also want to use specific nouns and clear adjectives in the description.
Yeah.
And then you also want to include sensory details. So that's your 5 senses, which are
Who, what, why, where, and when?
no.
Man, I did not do well in English. This is what happens when you hook up in your senior year with your English teacher. Yeah, that happened. And I'm not good at math because I was great at wrestling in school, and my math teacher was also the wrestling coach. So, guess who didn't go to math for 4 years?
So you have your taste, your smell.
What are you, counting on your fingers like a fancy person?
I am. Your sight.
Sight, taste, touch, feel, smell.
And then you want to use dialogue.
Yes.
To use instead of mom yelled, you want to do instead, you say mom was mad type of thing. So
Yeah, that shows.
yes.
Because if you're telling, mom was mad as she yelled from the other room, you son of a bitch, how many times I told you to clean your room? You see that right there? You see that right there? That's the refrigerator. Close it when you open it. It doesn't need to be open in there. I'm gonna wag my finger all day. My hand looks big. Look, I could crush my own head.
It's because your hand is like right up against.
Oh my God, do you know how big my hand is compared to my, oh my God, hold on a second. It's shrinking. It's called forced perspective. Ah, yeah. Ooh, I am really
So, is there anything else that you want to talk about when it comes to showing and not telling? Since I talked through most of the video.
You want to ask me a question if I want to show? Well, yeah, I'd like to show off my awesome Wolverine t-shirt. It's vintage costume.
So, that's not what I was talking about.
So when I do show versus tell, I don't do it a whole hell of a lot, okay? I do it to accent a scene. So let's just say he's being scolded. You're scolding a person who's holding a weapon, okay? And maybe he grips the hilt. You know, she's, you're blah, blah, blah. You've said A, B, and C. Then you just go, Randall gripped the handle of his sword extra tight where you could just about hear the cracking of his knuckles. That's a show. That shows that he is going through something emotional. Maybe he's enraged. Maybe he's deeply embarrassed. Who knows? It's your story. Do this and that, thing. You know, if you're doing a nice dinner scene, okay, you could do, and I've done this to show that somebody has disdain for somebody or somebody is unhappy, so they could clank their utensils. Because guys, fellas, listen to me. If your girl, your wife, I don't know what you call them, if she's clanking that shit, that's her metaphorically wanting to stab your ass. But if the girl just suddenly gets up and like, oh, yeah, I need to use the bathroom, you're showing that she's touching her abdomen, okay? She probably doesn't have to pee. So again, you're showing that she's had some kind of adverse effect. The food has had an adverse effect on her. So show versus tell. Some people get it right away. Some people learn it. But the best part is once you have it, it's one of those things that locks into place, and then you start seeing it everywhere. You start seeing it at Walmart, Target. You start seeing it at your local Stop and Shop or Hy-Vee, wherever you go, and you see it when people are talking. And you see it when things are going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're talking. If you see the wife is gripping her purse, and you notice her hand is doing one of these, you could tell. You can read the body language. It's body language. I should have said that earlier.
Yes.
You see somebody's talking to somebody in the body language. I mean, if somebody keeps looking at their phone and they keep doing, I don't even know what my phone is. Whatever. So let's just say this is my phone, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm tough. Oh yeah, I'm totally into it. No, I'm just checking my Twitter feed. Oh yeah, check it out. Look, I got 2 new friends. So that makes 2 people. They're not into you, brother. Move along.
So also another show, another reason you want to show instead of tell is because it brings the reader more into your story.
Yeah, sometimes, and I have a tendency to do this, I read a lot of dialogue. So if you're familiar with any Quentin Tarantino movie, like The Hateful Eight, or Reservoir Dogs is a good one, it's not about set pieces. It's not about costumes. It is about dialogue. It is dialogue driven. I love that. Because when I read, I love dialogue. I love descriptions. I like the show, don't tell. I want to be completely sucked into it, okay? I like to know that people are in a group. I like to write group settings, and when people screw off into the corner and then they're talking, I'm like, And the big thing I couldn't get myself around was head hopping. That was a huge speed bump in my life, but that's a video
Coming
another
soon.
day. So
that is all we have for you today. So if you like our video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button below.
All right.
And if you want to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr to find out more updates on when the book is going to come out or the sequel, don't forget about that. We will be we'll be updating that, but go ahead and follow us on those sites down below. And that is all we have for you today.
Bye.
Bye.